Did you know the top 1% own more than half of global wealth? Yeah. And yet somehow they still qualify for tax breaks while you're debating if rent or groceries gets to win this month. Here's the real kicker. Most of us will work 90,000 hours in our lifetime, yet never feel financially free. Crazy, right? So today, I'm challenging myself to break down the secrets of wealth creation in just 20 minutes. No fluff. No fake gurus. Just truth bombs and tactical tips. Welcome to Money Talks 24/7. Please support this new channel by subscribing, commenting, and watching this video till the end. This is The Art of Wealth Creation in 20 minutes. Let's be real. Wealth gets a bad rap. People think it means yachts, private jets, flexing on social media, crypto bros on Instagram showing off rented Lambos. It feels shallow, out of reach, not for people like us. But real wealth? It's freedom. Freedom to wake up when you want. Freedom to say no to stuff that drains you. Freedom to live your life, not someone else's. Yet most of us feel stuck, feel like nothing seems to be working. Overwhelmed by bills, debt, and decisions that never seem to move us forward. That underlying feeling of dread, fear, anxiety, and worry. We weren't taught how to build wealth. We were taught how to be good employees, not free humans. This video is your reset button. Let's rebuild your financial foundation from the inside out. What is the problem? What's actually holding most people back? Let's break it down and get to the bottom of it. Problem 1. Lack of financial literacy. School taught us the Pythagorean theorem, but not how compound interest works. The average person graduates high school knowing how to dissect a frog, but not how to file taxes. Because here's the truth. We learned the Pythagorean theorem, a square plus b square equals to c square, but no one taught us how compound interest could either make us rich or quietly rob us over a lifetime. Let's talk about that for a second. Most people don't realize that compound interest is one of the most powerful forces in finance. When used against you, like on credit cards or payday loans, it quietly multiplies your debt until you're drowning. But when used for you, like in a high-yield savings account or investment portfolio, it builds wealth silently in the background. Here's the catch. If you weren't born into a financially savvy household, you probably never learned any of this. You were dropped into adulthood expected to figure it out as you go, and that's not fair. Financial literacy shouldn't be a luxury, it should be a life skill. But because we were never taught how money really works, many of us fall into the same traps. Living paycheck to paycheck. Getting buried in high-interest debt. Thinking wealth is something other people have. Feeling ashamed for not knowing better. But it's not your fault. You weren't broken. You were undereducated by a system that never prioritized your freedom. Why? Because financially literate people ask questions. They negotiate. They don't fall for predatory loans or get stuck in cycles of debt. They don't quietly suffer in jobs they hate just to survive. Financially literate people are harder to control. So no, you're not stupid for not knowing how interest rates work, or how to invest, or how to get out of debt. You were simply never shown. But here's the good news. You can learn right now as an adult, on your own terms. Because unlike high school geometry, financial literacy actually changes lives. It puts the power back in your hands. Problem 2. No game plan. We plan vacations better than our retirement. Let's be honest. Most of us spend more time planning a one-week vacation than we do planning the next 30 years of our life. Think about it. We'll spend hours researching flights, comparing Airbnb reviews, creating itineraries, booking restaurants, even coordinating matching outfits for a 5-day trip to Tulum. We'll build Pinterest boards and watch travel vlogs for inspiration. But when it comes to retirement, a phase of life that could last 20, 30, even 40 years, we're like, I'll figure it out later. Later never comes. And the result? Millions of people reach their 50s or 60s and realize they don't have a plan. No savings, no investments, no passive income streams. Just hope, and maybe a prayer, that Social Security or some last-minute miracle will save them. Why does this happen? Because most of us were never shown that retirement isn't an age, it's a number. It's not about turning 65, it's about reaching the point where your money works harder than you do. But no one hands us a roadmap. We don't get an Investing 101 class in high school. We're told to save for retirement, but we're not told how much, where to put it, what accounts to use, or how compounding works over decades. So we do what feels easier. We focus on the immediate, the fun, the dopamine hits. And let's be fair, planning a vacation feels good. It's exciting, visual, tangible. Planning retirement? It feels abstract, boring, far away. You can't post a selfie with your 401k. But here's the catch. Future you is depending on present you. And every year you don't have a plan is another year the market can't work in your favor. Every dollar uninvested is a dollar that's not compounding. The irony? Planning for retirement actually isn't that complicated. It just feels that way because we avoid it. A basic game plan doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to exist. Even simple steps like automating your savings, opening a Roth IRA or 401k, investing in low-fee index funds, setting clear financial goals, can all have a massive impact over time. Here's the mindset shift. Don't treat retirement like a deadline. Treat it like freedom on layaway. Every intentional step you take today buys you more time, peace, and options tomorrow. So yeah, plan that vacation. Enjoy your life. But while you're at it, build the life you don't need a vacation from. And that starts with a game plan. Problem 3. Emotional spending. Retail therapy is real and expensive. We've all been there. It's been a rough day. You're drained, stressed, maybe lonely, frustrated, or just bored. And suddenly buying something, anything, feels like a solution. That pair of sneakers you don't need? The treat-yourself dinner delivery when there's food at home. A last-minute Amazon haul just to feel something. It feels good, in the moment. That little dopamine rush hits hard. The thrill of purchase, the sense of control, the illusion of reward. But then, the high fades. The box arrives. The item sits unused. And what's left behind is the same stress, plus a smaller bank balance. That's emotional spending. It's not about logic. It's not about needing something. It's about needing to feel something. And companies know it. In fact, the entire consumer economy is designed to trigger it. You ever notice how sales happen during holidays, when we're nostalgic or lonely? Ads show up more when you're scrolling late at night, when willpower is lowest. Stores play music, use colors and smells to manipulate your mood. It's psychological warfare, and most of us aren't trained to fight it. Because emotional spending isn't about irresponsibility, it's about coping. It's a form of self-soothing. In the same way some people turn to food, alcohol, or social media to escape discomfort, others swipe their card. And here's the kicker. You might not even realize you're doing it. That $8 latte when you're stressed. That $200 jacket after a breakup. that expensive dinner after a bad week at work. One by one, those little emotional decisions add up. And before you know it, you're wondering why you're broke while surrounded by stuff you don't even value. But the problem isn't just the money. The real cost of emotional spending is this. It keeps you in a cycle where your emotions control your finances, instead of your finances supporting your emotions. So what's the solution? It starts with awareness. Start asking, why do I want to buy this right now? Am I avoiding a feeling or meeting a need? Will this make me happy next week or just feel good for 5 minutes? And then, replace the habit with healthier coping mechanisms. Journaling instead of browsing. Going for a walk instead of scrolling. Calling a friend instead of doom shopping. Putting a 24-hour delay on non-essential purchases. Creating a treat-yourself fund that's guilt-free and intentional. It's not about never spending on things you love. It's about making sure your money is aligned with your values, not your impulses. Because freedom doesn't come from deprivation. It comes from control, from choosing where your money goes with intention, not emotion. Retail therapy may feel like self-care in the moment, but real self-care is financial peace. Problem 4, fear of investing. We're more scared of the stock market than we are of being broke. Let that sink in. People will spend their entire adult lives worrying about money, stressing over bills, feeling trapped in jobs, avoiding vacations, fearing unexpected emergencies. But when you bring up investing, they freeze. This fear is so common, it's practically cultural. But here's the paradox. Not investing is actually the riskier choice. Because if you never invest, your money stays stuck. In a checking account, in a savings account, maybe under a mattress. And while it sits there, inflation quietly eats it alive. Let's be blunt. If your money isn't growing, it's shrinking. $1,000 today won't buy the same thing in 10 years. So doing nothing with your money? That's not safe. It's a slow leak. It feels secure until you realize it's been draining value every single year. But why are we so afraid? We were never taught how it works. We confuse volatility with danger. We think investing is for rich people. We've been trained to be consumers, not owners. Investing flips the script. It makes you a partial owner in the economy, not just a participant. And here's the truth most people never hear. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to pick winning stocks. You just need to start consistently, patiently, and early. That's it. No day trading, no watching CNBC. Just boring, consistent investing and letting compound interest do the heavy lifting. So yes, investing feels scary, because we've been conditioned to fear it. But staying broke? Struggling every month? That's the real risk. And it's one we can avoid. You don't need to get it perfect. You just need to get started. Problem 5. Keeping up with the Joneses. Spoiler alert, the Joneses are broke too. We've all felt it. You see your friend post vacation photos from Bali. Your coworker pulls into the parking lot in a brand new Tesla. Suddenly, you start questioning your own life. Am I behind? Should I be doing more? Why don't I have what they have? So we react. We stretch a little further. Swipe the credit card. Sign the lease. Finance the lifestyle. Not because we truly want those things, but because we feel like we're supposed to. Welcome to the trap of keeping up with the Joneses. Real wealth is invisible. So next time you feel that pull to keep up, remember this. You don't owe anyone the appearance of success. You owe yourself the reality of freedom. Myths. Let's bust some myths. Myth 1. You need to be rich to invest. Wrong. You can start with $5 and a smartphone.
Myth 2. Debt is always bad.
Nope. There's bad debt and smart debt. Know the difference. Myth 3. Saving alone builds wealth. Not anymore. Inflation eats idle cash. Investing multiplies it. Myth 4. You have to hustle 24/7. Burnout isn't a wealth strategy. Systems are. Now let's get tactical. Here are 5 battle-tested wealth-building strategies. 1. Pay yourself first. Before bills, before subscriptions, save 10 to 20% automatically. 2. Invest consistently. Use index funds, robo-advisors, or ETFs. The key, long-term consistency. 3. Build multiple income streams. Start with one side hustle. Digital product, freelance, dividend stocks, whatever fits your life. 4. Think like an owner. Don't just work for money. Own equity. Own assets. Own your time. 5. Embrace delayed gratification. Your future self will thank you for not buying the $400 AirPods Max. Habits of the wealthy. Wealthy people do weird things, but they work. They read a lot. They review their net worth monthly. They treat every dollar like an employee. They ask, will this grow or shrink my money? They avoid lifestyle inflation like the plague. Wealth isn't built in one day. It's built daily. Here's the most powerful shift. Money is a tool, not the goal. Chasing money is like chasing oxygen. You need it, but it's not the point. Use money to buy time, choices, peace of mind. That's wealth. Here are some common mindset blocks. I'm just not good with money. Investing is too complicated. I'll start later. Reality check. Those thoughts keep you broke. You don't need perfection. You need motion. Start ugly. Start small. Just start. Here's your Make It Big Wealth Starter Pack. Track every dollar. Use apps or spreadsheets. Know what's coming in and going out. Automate one positive habit. Auto transfer $50 a month. Tiny move. Huge momentum. Learn weekly. Read one blog. Watch one money video like this one. Wealth is a skill. Build it weekly. Guess what? You made it. You now understand the foundations of wealth creation better than 90% of people. Remember, wealth is equal to freedom. And freedom comes from choices. And choices come from habits. So what's one habit you'll start today? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more tactical, weird, and fun money content, check out my video. 17 weird millionaire habits you won't believe. Subscribe. Like. Share. And go build your freedom.